Kia ora, in today's headlines. There's a chance Mt Ruapehu could erupt in the not too distant future. GNS readings show that while the volcano's crater lake temperature remains the same, the temperature under the lake is rising. Duty volcanologist David Shearer says that suggests a vent is blocked and pressure is building.
So we're just keeping a close eye on it because we think the likelihood of an eruption in the next weeks to months has gone up.
A Chinese foreign policy expert believes New Zealand will watch China's new leadership team closely. Xi Jinping has secured the Communist Party's top spot, and Otago University's Dr. Nicholas Koo says the leader's professed commitment to economic reform is important, as China is New Zealand's second largest trading partner. David Shearer is promising to modernise Labour as the party conference begins today in Auckland. He has also dismissed this week's speculation about party leadership.
I get really angry that this sort of inward-looking activity is going on when we have got very high unemployment, an economy that's not doing as well as it should be. Those are the things that we should be focusing on.
Environmentalists are rejoicing that oil giant BP is to pay $4.5 billion for the Gulf of Mexico oil spill 2 years ago. Greenpeace NZ is also looking forward to the brand new Rainbow Warrior visiting our shores early next year and is to be reconsidered for charitable status. The Charities Commission had declined Greenpeace's charity status, and Executive Director Bunny McDermott says the Court of Appeal is now seeking an internal affairs review of that decision.
I think realistically we'd be applying to the Department of Internal Affairs next year rather than before the end of this year.
Canterbury's rebuild and recovery is set to get a much-needed boost. Land Information New Zealand will lead a program to address barriers in data sharing, find solutions to harnessing web technology, and facilitate 3D visualisation. Earthquake Recovery Minister Jerry Brownlee says it's a progress for the region as well as the entire country. And local authorities say Prince Charles and his wife Camilla's latest visit is the icing on the cake of a great show week. The Royals were shown the red zone by Sarah CEO Roger Sutton, who says the couple deserves much thanks from Cantabrians.
I guess I just want to acknowledge, the help we got from Britain in the period after the quake. I think, they've been really supportive to hear about what our lessons were.
The Prince and Duchess fly out to Darwin tonight. 38-year-old Ernest Smith has appeared in court this morning following the violent death of a Wellington mother. He has been charged with the murder of Tawa resident Amanda Tofale. Sandra Walker has become the first woman to take command of a naval tanker, the HMNZS Endeavour. She says it's the pinnacle of her 19-year career.
It's taken me 19 years to collect the necessary skill set and experience. I guess since the first day, I've been enthralled by the challenge and the thrill of working with probably some of the best citizens in society and doing one of the most meaningful jobs.
Unionised employers at Statistics New Zealand are protesting a proposed new pay system with industrial action, including a ban on overtime work. The PSA says staff find the new system confusing, lacks transparency and delivers benefits inconsistently. Across the Tasman, there's hope for more protection for unborn children whose mothers have substance abuse problems. The New South Wales state government is proposing a law change that would require expectant mothers who drink or take drugs to go to rehab or face giving up their babies. Fetal Alcohol Network New Zealand's Christine Rogan says that's drastic.
This is punishing often very vulnerable women, and it's likely to make an already difficult situation much worse by threatening to take away their children.
And in Queensland, it's claimed a law change proposing to block Kiwis' access to government aid would create a second class of citizens. The state's Anti-Discrimination Commissioner says New Zealand families with disabled children could end up having to give them up to state care. Scores of Ugandans have been placed in isolation to prevent the spread of a new outbreak of Ebola, which has already killed 3 people. Uganda has experienced increasingly regular outbreaks of deadly hemorrhagic fevers that have so far confounded health officials. Israel has ramped up airstrikes on Gaza in response to the rain of missiles from Hamas. Hamas has nearly hit its target of Tel Aviv, but correspondent David Landau suspects Israel's retaliation won't win it much sympathy.
Gaza is a launching pad of missiles against Israel, but it's also a very tightly packed area of civilian life.
And in Kabul, the Afghan government and the US have begun the first round of discussions on how to ensure security once foreign troops leave in 2014. The talks are to cover the future status of US soldiers in the country, possible joint operations, as well as ongoing training and assistance for Afghan forces. Ka nui ngā karere matua mai te whare kōrero o Rima, Mauri ora.